What's up, guys? My name's Arianna.
And I'm Maple.
And today we are watching Severance. We are on Season 2, Episode 4.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out our Patreon. We do full-length watch-alongs on there, but you can also get early access to our edited videos before they go up on the YouTube channel. Woo! Hello?
What?
Is he his innie?
This is tripping my eyeballs out. Oh.
No!
Who brought him here?
Irving! It's me! I'm up here! Mark! Yeah! Hey!
I wonder if this is like another dream.
What's happening? Where are we? I have no idea! There's a path up the cliff! Right down there!
I can't tell if I just feel scared a lot.
Irving!
Hey! Where did you come from?
I don't know. What are we doing out here?
Up here! Follow! Mark! Hey! Are you okay?
Why are they all wearing
You
these
wake up on the ice too?
little Russian babushka outfits? Like,
Oh my...
Oh, jeez.
Oh! Holy sh! Out inside! Oh my god, I mean, I knew there was no actual ceiling, but this is insane!
I love Dylan.
they just dropped them outside.
Or is this a cliff that he looked over to inspire them?
Oh my f***ing god!
That's why they showed us that picture.
It's a field trip.
It's a
little
field trip.
Kier Egan
so
field
they
trip.
feel supported so they can get Cold Harbor done.
Look out over the valley. But why they freaking drop Irving in the middle of the ice?
Welcome. Yes!
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. Oh.
Good morning, refiners. And I'm thrilled to welcome you to your first ever outdoor retreat and team building occurrence.
Literally a field trip.
With your Audi's blessings, you will spend the next 2 calendar days walking the meadows, brambles, and brooks that make up the Egan National Forest.
I'm sorry.
Egan? Some of you may be quietly yearning to learn more. The truth you seek lies within the 4th appendix. Kier dictated a 4th appendix in his final hours of life, a text of such sanctity that it is forbidden upon the severed floor. It's waiting for you in Scissor Cave.
Scissor Cave.
The very same grotto where Kier Egan tamed the 4 tempers for the very first time. And do remember, stray not from Kier's path, lest you royal nature's wrath.
All right,
There will
homie.
be help along the way. Happy fortunes, MDR.
Okay, this seems like,
I love how it's like the meadows, not the frozen tundra.
yeah, like where it's literally dead of winter.
What the f*** is that?
Something scary.
Bro.
Milchick said there'd be help along the way.
I wouldn't trust a word out of that mountebank's mouth. Not even
Mountebank.
televisually.
Not even televisually.
I don't like we have a lot of other options right now, Ruth.
I kind of would have walked over to see what the hell that was all about.
Yeah.
It looks like Mark just doesn't sit enough for me.
Yeah, that's weird. And then makes me question the whole like possibility of cloning again and oh, and then there's another heli just like there. How weird. I don't like it. It feels like, because if it's not another heli, like how on earth are you getting like projections of a person? This feels very foreboding. My breath feels very shallow.
They have like probably like a thing set up in here.
My thing is like what are they gonna
lights on
camp
the
for
wall?
2 days? That's other
apparently
thing. Like,
what it.
Oh, it's the book.
That shall not be read on the severed floor. But what do you want to bet? This is the text that they created.
Bro, out of homie's book, from Rickon's book.
Rickon's book.
That would be insane. So it's like, oh, what Rickon said wasn't actually all inspiring. Was the words of Dieter Egan.
Yeah.
Chapter 1. I was not born into this world alone. The lodgings of my mother's womb I shared with another.
Kier had a twin.
Probably not, but
In infancy, he was my bosom friend. But as we blossomed into boyhood, he beseeched me to take to the wood with him to live as paupers. My love for my twin unbalancing my judgment, I acceded and we ventured into the wood. Woe's Hollow.
okay, the name of the episode. A map to Woe's Hollow.
So, we're to walk in the brother's footsteps. Once concealed by Flora, my brother unfastened himself. His entry thrust found rhythm with the trill of the crickets. I had no choice but to listen as he spilt his lineage upon the soil.
So did he
Jacking
jack
it
off
in nature?
or did he kill himself?
Yeah, it
Spilled
sounds
his lineage.
spilled his lineage. Like that's Dylan, but that's not Dylan.
Dylan, no, it's not.
And why aren't we like walking up to them? Like, are they animatronics?
I don't know.
I would walk over and punch it. If I saw something that looked like me, hell no. Boom. It's just...
Whoa.
Okay, transition.
Cool transition.
Yeah, for real.
What were you and Helly talking about back there?
Also love you can hear water all the time without ever seeing it. They do that a lot.
Trust her. I think she might be lying about what her outie saw.
Absolutely.
Why would you think that?
Because he's smart.
Godness. It's clear you do not have an objective perspective due to your feelings for her.
My feelings for her have nothing to do with anything, okay?
What's that? Somebody dead.
Oh, no, maybe someone is dead.
It looks like something's laying there. Something is dead.
A pig? What is that?
I don't know what that is, but it's not normal.
What is it?
I don't know. Looks like a seal?
A seal?
Why does it look so messed up?
Maybe this is what dead things look like.
We should eat it.
Pardon me?
We don't know if there's food waiting at the hollow.
You don't know how long it's been
know
rotting
where we
there.
They can't let anything happen to us. It's an ORTBO, outdoor retreat team building occurrence, right, Mark?
We don't know what this is.
I mean,
We
Herb
don't know
is
anything,
right.
Irvin.
Calm down. We all know you had a bad experience last time you were outside.
Who said I had a bad experience? What did you tell him, dumbass?
Nothing. What the fuck?
Oh, man. This was meant for them to turn on each other, too? That looks nasty. Do not eat that herb. It kind of
Yeah.
looks charred, but still, no. I hate that.
With them standing up there. I was like, how the f are they skipping around so fast?
And, like, the wind's, like, hitting their clothing and stuff, too? You know what I mean? So,
His
like...
twin was always with him.
Oh, God. Milchick.
That's
Oh,
why
wow.
we provided the very same for each of you.
Fuck you all. I was right.
Mr. Milchick.
This is the tallest waterfall on the planet.
I don't believe you.
Wow, it's
You have followed
literally
the path
tiny.
of Kier and Dieter and reached Woe's Hollow. You stand upon sacred earth.
We're starving, Mr. Milchick.
I thought the waterfall's grandeur would satiate you. I'm teasing, of course.
Okay.
Lumon will always protect and provide.
Right
Right this way.
Interesting that they're all in black and he's in white.
Who the hell is this?
Miss Huang,
Miss Huang?
has been ready in the grill, for which we brought in copious luxury meats.
Luxury meats. What do you think a luxury meat is?
Marshmallows and a recital later. The tents, as you can see, are MDR blue. And the outhouse is stocked with 4-ply washroom tissue.
4-ply?
Wow.
Wow, indeed, Heliar. For your comfort and safety, torches, which can provide both a heat and a light source.
Irving?
Enter.
Made you a snow seal.
Okay.
In case you were hungry.
Yeah.
See,
I
but
feel
that,
silly for suggesting we eat that animal. I suppose it sounded alarmist, paranoid, irrational.
It was fine. We were all a little.
What did you really see during the overtime contingency?
I told you.
oh,
It's okay. It won't change anything.
Irving?
It's not her, dude. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
I'm so sorry I just grabbed you like that.
No, the fact
That's not her.
That is not her.
That face,
She's like angry.
that was crazy. They are acting their asses off in
No,
this.
and it's so subtle.
oh,
Dieter lay unwashed in his bedroom. We ate of the hare we'd caught and told each other rhyming jokes till our gullets ached. The thought tickling my mouth emerged.
is that a square marshmallow with his face
"You
on it?
must return to father," I said.
Yeah, like pre-branded.
To look after you in the ether mill. When at last a sound came from him, it was a bewailing whimper. He believed, I suppose, that we'd be woodland paupers forever. I was looking at him when his eye came out. It popped from the socket, driven by a sudden torrent of pus from his skull.
The fudge?
Good heavens.
And as the pus from his eye thickened into sap, I turned from my gargling brother and walked to the pool of the hollow, where I knew the waterfall would drown out my brother's cries.
It's actually really smart.
And it was here that I first encountered the Temperwoe, a gaunt bride, half the height of a natural woman.
So we're
She spoke to me directly from her eyes and said,
what?
"You suffered his wantonness. Now he's no one's brother. Only chaos's whore."
I'm gonna have to sit with this episode for a little bit because what the and then you've got little Miss fucking Huang over there playing the freaking theremin, like
Perhaps in the morning we'll have time for the next chapter. Kier and the thieving nanny.
oh, I have chills. Like I just don't
Did his brother really die that way, Mr. Milchick?
The handbook enriches our work with tales of the founder's life. Every word is truth. Helly. Heliar.
You guys. He melted, right? He turned into the forest because he masturbated.
Whoa, yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's actually the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Right? He up in front of his brother, and he got punished for it.
Why can't you say that?
He just said it.
Milchick is so over it, dude.
You know we often laugh at what we don't understand. The team I thought I knew would have processed more thoughtfully. Miss Huang.
I'm very curious.
Throw them in the fire.
They don't get their
Mr.
marshmallows.
Milchick, come on.
Now, Miss Huang.
She's like, damn. I'm sure in her mind, she's like, I wanted a marshmallow.
Why?
Marshmallows are for team players, Dylan. They don't just hand them out. Good night.
I'm like,
Milchick, I will strangle you in your sleep with my 4 homies.
What do you think his dick turned into?
She's just playing it up now because
but
she.
now I haven't.
It isn't funny.
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty funny.
Well, it's not. And
Oh, wait.
stop making woo-woo eyes at her.
I'm not.
Just tell us, Helly.
What?
Tell us.
Tell us what?
Just tell us about him, the night gardener.
Oh, Irv, come on.
What was he wearing?
What is your deal right now, dude?
What
She's
color
lying.
was his shirt? Tell us
Okay.
exactly
Irving,
what
that's
he was
enough.
wearing. Enough.
Yeah.
Using your pupils to make love to her, while your outie's wife rots away somewhere.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, fuck you, Irv.
No.
So it's 3 against 1 now, huh?
We all know Irving's upset because he can't ever see Bert again.
Oh, right. You f***ing bitch.
He's really lonely.
Her outie is insufferable, but her innie is like.
Hey, Irv.
Fuck you all!
Oh.
Probably, carrot.
What?
Deer's penis.
Yeah. Some other root vegetable. That was mean. Of me. To say that to Irving.
I mean, you kind of deserved it. I can make goo-goo eyes at anyone I want.
They're gonna do it in the tent.
All it makes me think about is how in season 1, Natalie is on the news. He's like watching the news in his house, and they're like grilling her because a severed person got pregnant while at work.
Oh.
And then their outie obviously was like,
Yeah.
what the like, I'm pregnant, like,
Yeah.
from being severed at work.
I'm like scared Irv's gonna get lost.
Okay.
Oh.
That freaked me out.
Weird.
That was a weird transition.
Yeah, it was.
I did not like that.
Interesting that this is all red right now, though.
Yeah.
And everything's been blue toned. Irv's blue toned.
Oh no. Irving!
Mr. Milchick!
This does not bode well.
Didn't like who I was on the outside. I was ashamed.
I don't care who you are out there. I care who you are with me.
Okay, Irving's like dying, guys.
Yeah.
I was
Okay, I
wondering
was
if
wondering,
this was gonna come
yeah.
into play. I was like, oh, is this like a flashback? I don't like the music.
This is like nightmare. This is not even like, because I love camping. I love being outside. And
I
like,
don't love hypothermia.
they're like, this is like awful right now.
Okay. He's in just in a suit.
Also, this is just simply not what the space looked
No.
like when he went to bed.
I don't like it. I'm really not ready for Irv to die. He's been doing too much on the outside, too.
Oh, he's definitely like one of my favorite characters. And what's with the audio, dude?
Oh, there's just like moths flying. What the F? Just whoa, hanging out.
Jesus.
Ow.
Ellie? Hey, where's Helly?
I don't know. Herb never came back last night. He's not in his tent.
What? Mr. Milchick? Ellie!
Mr. Milchick!
Dylan, what's happened?
Ellie and Irv are missing.
What the f is going on?
Okay, I mean, I kind of expected one of them to go back to the waterfall. The biggest waterfall in the world.
Hey, kid.
Irving.
What are you doing down here?
What are you doing down here?
I slept outside. I almost froze to death. What you said to me last night? It was cruel. Kelly was never cruel.
Right here.
So if you're not her, then who are you? Who would have the power to send their Audi to the severed floor?
I'm sorry.
She's gonna kill him.
Oh,
No, Irving!
Mr. Milchick!
No, no.
Come on.
No! Irving!
No, Mr. Milchick! Mr. Milchick!
Like, when are they gonna find out?
Mr. Milchick! Look! Mr. Milchick! Mr. Milchick! What?
Ellie!
Turn her back, Mr. Milchick!
What are you doing, man?
Turn her back! She's an outie!
Oh!
Cut her out! She's been an outie the whole time! Ever since she came back!
I mean,
She's a f***ing mole!
She is.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna kill her, Mr. Milchick!
I like.
She's not Helly! She's an Egan!
Yeah, she is.
Turn her back, Mr. Milchick! Turn her back!
God damn it, stop doing!
Yes!
I knew it! I knew it! Yeah. Oh, and he's got it in his pocket.
Remove the Glasgow block now.
Yeah, okay. Remove the Glasgow block. Okay. Yeah, you mother. And Irving's too smart.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Helly.
Ooh, and he got fucking diddled by Helena Egan.
Irving B. Stand!
Oh, that's probably not how this is gonna go.
You have threatened collegial murder in the pond of Woe's Hollow. For this there can be no penalty but immediate and permanent dismissal. There shall be no formal valediction, catered or otherwise. Your outie will be notified forthwith.
I'm sorry! I should have listened!
It's all okay. Just remember, hang in there.
Please refrain from any further speech, as you are no longer authorized to consort with any severed employee, nor they with you.
Leave him alone!
Walk into the forest.
Dang. Now that's what resistance looks like.
I mean, he almost died last night, you know? Like, so he's already like...
Your workspace will be cleared and any personal items discarded. Your file, including any and all professional interactions and personal relations, will be purged and destroyed. It will be as if you, Irving B., never even existed nor drew a single breath upon this earth. May Kier's mercy follow you into the eternal dark now.
I'm gonna cry. They better not fucking kill Irv. I am literally...
They did kill Irv.
I just am not okay.
But are they gonna leave Helly unswitched so she can like tell Mark? Because she just came to after realizing that she...
Irv already did. He said she's an Egan. Like,
yeah. But I feel like Mark's gonna have to, because that's not gonna explain anything, though. You know what I mean? I feel like Mark's gonna have to. Oh my god! I wonder if they're gonna turn her back. I mean, also like, Mark heard her go, "Damn it, Seth, turn her back," but
just
still,
do
like,
it. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what that Eddie was gonna say.
Okay. Well, see, this is the problem. It's like we're sitting over here trying to hypothesize, like all of us are trying to figure out what the fuck could it be, because there's so many like trails and things that could lead you into theories and different ideas, and then like this shit happens.
And it's like, and it's so clever because the whole time you're questioning, like, but is it Helly? It's not Helly. Maybe it's something else. Like, even like halfway through this episode, I was like, maybe it is her innie, but
like they cut the memory.
They cut the memory, and that anger that we see when she looks at Irv is because she literally can't say it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why she gets angry.
No, it's just that
then
it's her.
Like, no, it's just straight up her. And then the way we get there is because Irv straight says, "I'm gonna kill this bitch." Like, that's crazy. Like, it's such good writing. It is such good writing because they really do leave it up so much up to interpretation. And when they do give you like what you want to know, it's such a hard like punch.
Well, and he knows on the outside too that he like his dad is dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he basically just has radar, and Bert's already with somebody else. Like, he doesn't have like he seems to be like without, you know, any, and he's been there the longest.
Yeah, no support system.
Like, no, you know, and like to have everybody like say that they're gonna turn on him when he's just trying to protect them.
Yeah.
And like that's why I was like, really, like the one person you're gonna go up against is somebody who's a fucking military veteran. Like,
yeah,
like Irving already understands what it means to dedicate his life, even at the up to the moment of sacrifice for whatever cause.
Right. Yeah.
He is wanting to stand on, and like, even if that means that like ultimately, like in the end, he's powerless to like death or being erased entirely.
Yeah.
He at least made a he at least understood a way to make the biggest difference regardless of the consequences.
Right.
In that moment.
Yeah, and that was crazy. And the fact, like, just it was almost like relief
Yeah.
wash over him, but also because it felt like he was trying to be done existing though. Anyway, when we see him have that conversation with Dylan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the cause really is what pulled him back in the first place, because he basically was like, well, it's not really worth existing in this space without Bird, and after him seeing everything that he already saw, you know what I mean? So I think it's very interesting. He's like, I almost died last night, but I didn't because and then he's like, I have nothing to lose. Like, I've already sat on the edge of it. You know what I mean? He's like already accepted it. He's been wanting that. So yeah, he's like, this is why I'm going to go out. Y'all are at least going to know the truth.
Yeah.
So, it's such good writing. It's insane.
Yeah.
This episode, like, never in a million years could I have conjured up in my brain that we'd be on a field trip with them.
No, me either. Also, too, I just love that he hits her with the line, like, you're not, like, then who are you? Because, like, Helly was never cruel.
Yeah. Right.
Like, Helly was not cruel, but, like, you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it kind of comes back into that whole piece, too. Like, even when she's with Mark, she's like, I didn't like who I was on the outside. And he's like, oh, I don't care. And
See,
it's like...
And that's why I was saying I knew it. Like, I knew when she was, like, rewatching. And that's why I was trying to tell, like, when I was talking to Chad and he was like, well, I don't really know. Like, I was like, that to me is why she was rewatching, like, that moment over and over and over again of them kissing, like, at the elevator. And she was, like, really taking it in. And you could kind of just see it on her face. Like, she's, like... Because how odd, you know? Like, she's been indoctrinated. Her whole life is centered around whatever the fuck the mysterious work is that they're doing. Like, we still don't know what that is. But obviously, like, that's all she knows. And, like, if they're willing to go as far to control, like, the sexual experiences of the individuals inside of the building with like, the waffle parties, and it's all still has to be centered around like their methods, their ideologies, like all of that, then it's like who is she on the outside? Like, I'd assume that it's probably like pure, what do they call that? Like purity. Like, she's probably Puritan? Like extremely, like, I could see it being that way, but like where she wouldn't be allowed to, like, you know, like that would be a very arranged thing, like, and there would be a lack of it, right? Because like they're even writing stuff about like, oh, like he jacked off into the earth and gets fucking wrecked, like he
like he literally dies.
Yeah, and so like it would make sense, like now thinking about that like her outie, like potentially laughing about that because like her whole life is like
probably being neutered,
also,
like being suppressed.
She's like being suppressed and severed from like sexual connection. And so to see this like version of herself that isn't directly attached to like all of the ideas and ways of living that she knows,
exactly,
and to see this like I don't know.
I think
like to see this version of her that's not being influenced fully, where it's like the real version of her, the authentic self of her.
It's who she could be without being placed into this mold that she
without
has
knowing
to
any
be.
better.
You know what I mean? Like, because she's clearly been groomed to take over the company.
Yes,
she's clearly like, you know, like really settled into who she is. And I mean, it's kind of that way when you look at it on any family in general, if you're not kind of going out and finding yourself outside that, but definitely within like anything high Christian values, anything that's like your path is laid out before you. I mean, it's tropes and so much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she's like thinking
money.
for herself on the inside as much as she can within those parameters, whereas on the outside, like every thought has been given to her.
Right. Or just like the fact that like she probably has never been able to see who authentically she could be without having that mold placed on her. So to see Helly in every essence, like she's determined, she's free-willed, she's funny, she's charismatic, you know what I mean? Like Helly feels like the exact opposite of Helena because she's always so poised, so control, so short. Like,
well,
you know
and it's also, but it's also to show that like all of those traits probably do exist for her, because otherwise she wouldn't be getting the CEO position.
Exactly.
It's just that she's been manipulated and it's been wielded like into this version of her. Like they're using all of these traits to like create like a machine that they want.
Right.
Like they're redirecting all of her powers, like all of the positive things that could be about her, and like making her a certain way.
Right.
And so I think that she was enthusiastic. I think she got what she wanted, which was to basically have like a sexual experience that probably isn't being dictated by her family with Mark. I think that she took the opportunity and she seized it. And so it's like,
she probably definitely feels like seen with Mark, you know what I mean? It's not some
and she was able to admit it.
Yeah.
Like she admitted it. I didn't like who I was on the outside. And like I think this is an opportunity for her to be her outside self and still find a way to like just like cosplay. Like it's like that's where like in the second episode to me, like it was like she's in a dollhouse.
Yeah.
The way that they were filming it felt kind of how they did it like in Hereditary, where you're looking in at these scenes where she's like in the glass offices and we don't really see her like, you know, it's like she's this little doll that's just moving around between the rooms. And so it's like she's getting to like cosplay as the version of her that that's wrong for her to desire to be
compelling. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and so she's getting moments where she gets to like taste that while still remaining her actual self.
Yeah.
And so it has to be exhilarating, you know?
Yeah. I was also like, when I was watching that scene and I was kind of going back, I was like, maybe she's not allowed to tell it. And then I was like, or maybe the switch is like, she is integrated. So it's a mixture of the both of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, she's just straight up. I knew she wasn't herself.
Not herself.
I knew it.
Blank. But I also am curious that if it's completely an Addie or if there is an integration piece to it, because you know what I mean? Like, because the doctor that integrated Mark and Petey is like kind of experimenting without having her lab and her own stuff. And she's just doing this like kind of,
well, and I think that's
guess,
the problem
freehand
with it.
So
yeah.
So I'm curious as to if, you know, Lumon has their, like, can integrate, you know what I mean? But they're just keeping it.
Well, I don't know, because it's like when her dad, it's hard to tell for me, because when they meet in the bathroom and he's like, oh, do you remember the first chip that I showed you and it just had the green and red light on it? And then like now we know that it's advanced further, but obviously they're still working through the process of creating like the most superior form of their technology.
Right.
Which is where I think it's funny. Some people were saying that they think like the people that are friends with Rickon and his sister, that they're actually like, they were actually experimented on at one point in time and like don't know it. And all of the goats are basically how they test the severed or like the transfer, like they maybe think that there's like a transfer of consciousness in some degree. So they're like transferring the consciousness of the goats like into people, which are why like all of Rickon's friends are fucking weird as fuck, because they're like half goat brain, half regular themselves.
Half goat brain, half
because the girl that's supposed to share the book with Mark, his sister's like, oh, sorry, she smells kind of weird, and she like does this weird thing. She chews weird with her mouth. She like does this weird chewing thing with her mouth.
That's such
and
a
then
good
she was
theory.
talking about how she has sores on her head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like it's like, what if they're all like half goat people?
That's great.
You know, it's just stuff like that where it's like they're obviously still perfecting it. So it's like whatever they're going through right now, like, and Petey mentions to Mark that it's like, he's like, oh, like you did this, like you severed yourself because you wanted to escape the feeling of your wife, like this grief around your wife. He's like, but the problem is that you feel that in there, you just don't know what it is.
Right.
Like you just don't know how to recognize it, but it's still there, which means that everything crosses over, which they already showed us that too, even further by Cobell taking the candle, putting it in the room with him and Gemma, and then him sculpting the tree.
Right.
He doesn't know what that is. And like, it's like, of course, Cobell's like sitting there like being a freaking voyeur over it because she's trying to understand that she knows that like the reintegration is happening, but it's also like, to what level are they already themselves? Like the true version, the truest versions of themselves, like a child, you know, like without all of that, before the world gets grim and scary to some degree, or you understand like the pain that's being inflicted on you. When you're not self-aware of that, it's like they're getting these like moments of who they actually are still coming through, whether it's them on the outside or them on the inside. It like bleeds through.
Right.
And so I think for her, it's like, she's seeing an authentic version of herself, free of the conditions or the box that she's supposed or the actual rules that she's supposed to be following. And
and That's, oh God. But
And so for her to admit, I didn't like who I was on the outside. I like felt ashamed. Like I feel shame about it. It's like, damn.
Because you weren't even being true to you. And now that, yeah, well, and they said that her outie loves it in there. Her innie loves it in there. Well, she don't.
No,
she don't. Never loved it. So, well, guys, thank you so much for watching Severance with us. And we will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Yeah.